Thank you all for coming. We are joined by head coach Sean Lewis, who will start us off with an opening statement.
Yeah, happy to be back. Happy to have a win after being at home. After looking at the tape, was really pleased with the defensive effort. Did a great job limiting the running yards with a really good Howard offense. Coach Lennon and his staff do a tremendous job. Our defensive staff and the players, most importantly, did a tremendous job communicating, shutting down what they were trying to do. Was really pleased with the way they could get off the field. Special teams really impacted the game. In particular, our punt return unit with the early block punt, which really put a lot of stress and pressure on their unit, which resulted in us being able to flip the field and some easy scores. Offense very opportunistic. Need to do better with our ball security. Got that cleaned up yesterday with Own It Sundays, and on to Penn State and the next challenge that lay ahead.
Anybody in particular jump out at you?
For our team from the past weekend, I was really pleased with the O-line when what they were able to do when you have 355 net rushing yards. Obviously, things are working up front. Our right side in particular with Chase Van Hoff and Mike Marinelli played really well. Some of their combinations on the double teams, particularly on Rankin's long touchdown run and then Joel's following carry. They're doing great movement at the point of attack. Justin Rankin, Joel Shaw took some good strides in a positive direction. Was really pleased with them. Was really pleased with how physical our defense played. They really finished and tackled the right way. They were very opportunistic with their ability to get after the football and, again, to get off the field. I mean, the plays on fourth down where Matt Barr is able to knock the ball out because they get into the proper check, and our defensive line does a great job submarining so that the QB sneak, the quarterback has to go over the top the way that we designed it to do. It results in a big-time play. So really pleased with how physical we were really on both sides of the ball, being able to stop the run and run the football, which is a big part of our plan to win, obviously.
What's kind of the focus heading into Penn State just overall?
To continue to get better and to grow and develop each and every single day. I said it last week that we were going to get back to the fundamentals because we fundamentally believe in fundamentals. We have to continue to do that. We went from 24 missed tackles a week ago to only 9 missed tackles, and we would like for that number ultimately to be 0, and that would be ideal. We know that that's obviously not realistic and striving for perfection, but that's what we're going to shoot for. We limited our missed assignments on offense. Those went down as well. We were down to 25 as opposed to, again, the week before we were down to 33. So continuing to just be perfect with our fundamentals, our techniques, and our schemes so that we give ourselves a chance to win by not beating ourselves. Aside from that, we need to clean up the area of penalties. Having 15 penalties for 150 yards is way too much, and taking care of the football, we're going to have a major onus on valuing the football this week, continuing to take it away from our opponents and also doing a much better job of us securing it for ourselves.
Defensively, obviously the first half you're phenomenal. Same thing second game, and then they hit you a couple in the third. What kind of got that? Like, hold on a second, we don't want to repeat performance.
No, the big plays that happened were, again, just slight breakdowns with just some eye discipline, making sure that we were on our right keys. And again, I mean, those things are going to happen, and they're noticed on defense. Obviously, when you have a slight mess up like that on defense, they result in points. Whereas those slight mistakes like that on offense, hey, we're going to play second down, and it doesn't hurt you as much. So it's just a matter, again, of guys knowing where they fit in the scheme, knowing what the call is, communicating the call, and executing the call to the best of their ability. When we do that, we play really sound defense.
It seemed like, I don't know this, but maybe Illinois wore you down a little bit. They're a Big Ten team, obviously, but that did not defensively. You didn't wear down.
No, and again, it's a testament to how well we were getting off the field. We didn't do a great job stopping the run against Illinois, which we talked about a week ago, which led to some third and shorts, which makes it difficult to get off the field because those are mixed down in distances now. Well, the defense did a great job winning on first and second down by killing the run, so it keeps us in third and manageable situations. And when you go 2 for 17 and you get off the field, it gives you an opportunity to go sit on the bench, or you get turnovers, you get to go sit on the bench, and you can stay a heck of a lot fresher if you're sitting on the bench or as if you're working out. So it's a simple formula, and I'm not that bright, but I can figure that one out.
You played a lot of guys on defense. That seems to be what you're going to do. But a lot of different guys were in there making plays.
Yeah.
It didn't even show in the first game as well.
Yeah, again, I think as we continue to grow and develop and guys get comfortable and guys know where they fit in the scheme and the techniques and the fundamentals that they need to use, and they continue to trust one another so that they can just focus on doing their job, guys will make plays when they're in the right spots. There was a few times when we were out of position just because guys weren't playing with the proper leverage. They were concerned about their teammate doing their job and not really focused on their job. So because of that, we were out of position. We had bad eyes, and it led to us being exploited a little bit. We did a much better job, and Coach Kaufman and his staff, and again, the kids, taking the coaching and taking what we're asking them to do and fitting it and applying it the right way, the success then comes because of the way that they prepare throughout the course of the week.
Do you plan on kind of sharing the workload again at running back between Joel and Justin?
We're very fortunate with Joel, Justin, and Will to have, you know, 3 kids there that we feel really confident with, and whoever's the hot hand, you know, and can help us move the ball and help us run the football so that it sets up everything else that we want to do in our offense. You know, we're going to play that hot hand, but yeah, we're going to do it by committee because we're very fortunate to have some depth at that position.
What do you think of Isaiah McCoy and Joel Shaw in their first FBS action?
I thought they did good, you know, and obviously they had some spectacular plays, and it's, you know, pretty unique with, like, Joel, for example, his first carry, first touch, he scores. You know, I mean, his touch to score ratio right now is through the charts, and if we can sustain that throughout this course of the year, I think we're going to be all really, really happy. But, you know, they did a good job, and you know, I'm not surprised by the way they performed. They've shown that through practice, and so again, that practice repetition becomes game reality, and as they show that they can handle the roles and the responsibilities that we've given them, their roles and responsibilities will continue to grow. So was pleased with their effort. Again, still a lot of things that we need to improve upon. Isaiah in particular, I mean, you know, everyone sees the one-handed touchdown catch, which is spectacular and is going to make the loops, and, you know, that's all well and good, but 2 plays prior, the ball goes right through his hand and bounces off his face mask, which is one of the easiest catches that me and my son Rory can make together. You know, so he's got to make that play and then make the routine play, and the spectacular plays will come.
Was Joel injured first game?
He was not. No, it was just an in-house matter that we wanted to take care of, and we wanted to make sure that he was in the best position to succeed so that when he got on the field, he could have success. You know, we don't want to ever throw anyone out there too soon, too early, to where then they don't have success, they lose some confidence, and they're not able to thrive in their abilities. So it was just it was an in-house decision, it was an in-house manner that he took in stride and was great. He was dressed and he was there if we needed him. Felt like we didn't need him because of the way that we were playing. And now he's up, he's good to go, and we'll continue to utilize him in a lot of different ways.
What's Jim Jones's status for the game this weekend?
Day to day right now. You know, he was walking around fine, got in for treatment yesterday, and we'll see how it goes. He'll get a lot of treatment today and go to school and work his brain and not so much his body, and then we'll see where he's at tomorrow morning.
About the other injuries?
Everything else we're okay. You know, Miles Washington continues to rehab and progress. Derek Anderson continues to rehab and progress. Everything else is just kind of minor bumps and bruises. All the other guys that went down and stayed down and then magically sprinted off the field, they're all doing well as well. So we addressed that so that we'll get off the field a little bit better, but those guys are all good.
Looking at Woody through 2 games, like you mentioned, some drop passes you had that he threw pretty good balls. I mean, just talk about his how do you feel about his accuracy overall through 2 games?
I feel good. You know, I think ultimately at the end of the day, we ended up having 7 or 8 drops, you know, that, again, that were on our receivers' hands, and the expectations for our receivers is that if the ball touches your hands, you're going to catch it. Now, some of those drops were above their head, and Woody needs to target a little bit better to where it's underneath their chins and on their upfield shoulder. Some of those slant routes across the middle in particular, to where, you know, you want your receivers to be more courageous because of the location that you're putting the ball on their body so that they can catch and tuck simultaneously. But I'm really pleased with his growth and his development. He's making sound decisions. And again, the results will come. If you look at the end results and just his completion percentage and everything, I'm not concerned about that. I'm more concerned about his footwork, his fundamentals, how and why he's making decisions, and his thought process for doing those things is spot on. So we'll be just fine.
About just the offense in particular, you know, all the changes, everybody sees that very obvious. Where are you, do you feel? I mean, you just threw 54 on the board, so people are like, wow, but where are you as far as that goes? I mean, is that 54 as impressive to you as it is to everybody else?
No, because all I see at the end of the day is the turnovers, the missed opportunities, and cleaner. And again, the biggest thing is the ball security issues that drive me nuts, that we do not value the football enough. So I'm happy that we got 54, but when you look at it, a lot of that is because of the position that our defense and the special teams put us in, to where you have a 1-play drive after the block punt, you have a 1-play drive after their punter, you know, drops a snap, which results in 14 plays. Now I'm extremely pleased with the way that we were able to run the football, because I sat here a week ago and said that we didn't have a back, you know, average over 4 yards, which is our standard, and you turn and you look up and it didn't matter who was carrying the ball. Our rushing attempt average this past Saturday, I think, was right over 6.8 yards, or right around there per carry, which is outstanding. If you're able to do that, again, I'm not very bright, but if we run it and we run it every time for 6 yards, you know, every 2 times you run, you'll get a first down, which is not a bad thing to have.
talk a little more about Penn State, just offensively and defensively, it's a challenge.
Yeah, they have so many players over there with so many stars. It's like we're going to go play a galaxy. So Coach Franklin and his staff have done a tremendous job assembling talent. They play hard, they play physical, they play fast, they play the game the right way. They stress you out in a lot of different ways because they are sound schematically, and then they have athletes and great football players that even when they bust, they can recover and be right. I mean, there's a play I was watching this morning to where the defense is standing over, they're looking to get a call, the corner doesn't have the call, the ball is snapped, and the receiver is running a full speed go, and the corner goes from a standstill to straight recovery mode and ends up getting a PBU, which should be a touchdown, but because of his freakish ability, he's able to recover, and they're playing 2nd and 10 as opposed to giving up points. So they have some erasers on both sides of the ball. Trace McSorley is as good as it gets, and there's an obvious reason why he's in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy. He's a proven winner, which he shows week in and week out to get the ball back with less than a minute, down by 7 at home week 1 to rally the troops, go down, score, force overtime, and then ultimately win the game. They are winners. They know how to win, and they do a great job, but I'm looking forward to the challenge and the opportunity this week.
How much of this, do you really find out where you're at when you go into a game like that?
You know, again, I think everyone makes too much of the results on game day. We know where we're at by the way that we prepare and we go about our business day in and day out. You know, and I'm more concerned about who we are in-house and the opinions that we have in-house in our facilities and the progress that we're making day in and day out. And again, ultimately, I said it before, you know, we got on the field at Illinois, but we're going to go take the field. We're going to get in between the white lines, and if we're doing things the right way on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it should be another great opportunity to get in between the white lines to play the game that we love. And the only difference is that there'll be 109,000 people watching us doing it, and whoever's watching on Fox Sports 1, which is great. And the ultimate goal is to win, and we're going there to win. And you know, it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of challenge. And you know, at the end of the day, we'll evaluate and we'll see where we're going. But I'm really pleased with the way that our kids have gone about their business. Really pleased with the way they came in, eager to learn and get better yesterday from the film. You know, they weren't so far gone that we had to reel them back in emotionally, that they couldn't grow and get better, which is awesome, which is what you want to see. You want guys that want to be hungry, that want to grow, which is where our team is at right now. And if we continue to do that day in and day out, we'll be just fine.
Do you got any history battling Penn State?
Yeah, played them a few times as a player going out there. Have not gone against them as a coach yet, but know Coach Franklin and his staff from some of the recruiting stuff that we did before they disbanded the satellite camps. When we were at Syracuse, we got together with them and did some satellite camps with them in Chicago and down at Old Dominion in the Virginia Beach area. So Coach Franklin and his staff do a tremendous job. They do it the right way. They raise young men the right way. A lot of their core values align with our core values, and you know, I'm excited and eager for the opportunity to go compete against them.
Anything else? Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, guys.